Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Alwyn here. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day as always. Couple stimulus updates today, so let's get right into them. So the child tax credit has not been officially released yet, but we have received some new details of it. There have been some rumors and some things that were leaked, so I'm going to go ahead and share those with you guys. So there has been a child tax credit of $1,000 per child, $500 per child, and when you would essentially go and file your taxes based on the number of children you have, you would owe a little less in taxes for that year. Now this is becoming universal income for children, as Biden wants to bump this from $3,000 if a child is under 18, and if a child is under 16 years old, then they would get $3,600 per year, so $600 more. The benefits would reduce after income exceeds $75,000 per year if you're filing for singles, or $150,000 a year, double of that if you're filing jointly or married. Now, Biden's plan is estimated to cost $120 billion per year. However, we have not seen any communication between Biden and Senator Romney, who had a very similar plan essentially, which will cut welfare, but it will provide more for children under the age 6, at least Romney's plan. So we see that Biden and Romney had pretty much overlapping plans, so we want to see if they merge those together, but we haven't heard any conversation or communication between the two. Columbia University said that Biden's plan would effectively reduce childhood poverty by 54% overall. Under Biden's plan, the IRS would begin sending out the payments on July 1st by direct deposit and also a mailing system if required. Obviously, most people will be taking the direct deposit payments. These would act as monthly stimulus checks essentially. They are just like taking the child tax credits rather than getting the tax credits as the tax refund when you're taking, taxes are coming around. You're getting them spread over the year as like monthly distribution essentially. This plan, you would still be eligible to get money even if you owed taxes, and even if you accidentally get child credit when you maybe aren't the custodian of that specific child at the moment. Maybe there's a divorce or something along those lines. The IRS will still allow you, if there was an accident in terms of giving the child credit to you, you can still keep that. If you still owe taxes, if you haven't paid off all your taxes, you can still keep that too. And you'll be still eligible to receive those tax credits throughout the year. Currently, there is $2,000. There is $2,000 in tax credit for children per year. Children will be required to, however, have a social security number, but the parents will not. So this means that undocumented workers, essentially, with children born in the U.S. who have a social security number, would be eligible to receive the money. Last week, Joe Biden held a 2-hour conversation with 10 Republican senators, and the Republicans were beating up Biden to go down from $400 a week in unemployment aid to $300 a week in unemployment aid, and ended at June, which is 3 months earlier than what Biden initially proposed. He was thinking, let's end this by September 30th, but they're like, no, this needs to end by June, essentially, which was kind of another controversy that they were facing. Biden initially expressed his openness in the negotiation, but a few minutes after, Biden said that he was definitely sticking with the September deadline, so we have clear signs that he wants unemployment pay to stay through the end of September 30th. What was not clear is that whether he wants $300 or $400 in unemployment aid per week. It is out of the game that we will not be having $600 of unemployment aid because there hasn't been any conversations that's been coming up regarding it. Most likely we can expect $400 of unemployment aid until the end of September 30th. Democratic Senator Chris Coons said that Biden is making it perfectly clear that if he spends months and months chasing Republican partners like he's doing, a real disservice to the country will be done. Essentially saying that it is necessary to move forward with reconciliation and just kind of let the Republicans kind of rest alone. Many Republicans are very unhappy with this, obviously, and with the outcome, especially during Biden's inauguration. He spoke about unity, about connection, about bringing this bipartisan support, where now he's just kind of contradicting that and move past these statements, looking to merely work towards reconciliation in order to pass the bill, only gain support from the Democrats, with a simple majority plus Kamala Harris vice president, who would vote in favor of Biden's stimulus proposals. Joe Manchin has also softened since the last time we've talked. His stance as of last week was that he was kind of saying that I don't want to go down the path we went down in 2009, where we negotiated for 8 months straight and we didn't have an end product at all whatsoever. And he wants to be part of the solution, and that means getting a bill passed as soon as possible. And then, what did Bernie Sanders say, a progressive Democrat? His response was that it is absurd that some Democrats think that we should tell a worker making $52,000 a year that they are too rich, quote unquote, and cannot get the full $2,000 benefit as we promised. It makes no sense to me, nor do I think it makes sense to the American people, right? Because Democrats were thinking about putting an income requirement or, minimum income, or, if you have $50,000 or less, then you would qualify for the entire stimulus package. But when you make more than that 52,000 benchmark, that's when your stimulus check starts getting reduced up to a certain, breaking point essentially, which wasn't, decided on yet. We're only speculating on that $75,000 value, but we don't have any specific values. That was Bernie Sanders' thoughts there. Hopefully you guys all learned something and enjoyed the video. I thank you all so much for your continued support. I do appreciate it tremendously. Make sure to go down below and drop a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. Comment down below. Till next time. Peace.